just in case I forget my place. First of all, thank you very much. It is such an honor to get this award and to be here today. I was surprised when I got the notification that I was the recipient of this prestigious award. So I want to thank all those involved in the decision process and the Alumni Association and your board. I'm truly very honored. As the previous speaker said, I largely am receiving this award for my advocacy for the university. And they say if you love what you do, it's not work. And I was a legislator for 8 years, and believe me, a lot of it was work. But advocating for the university was not work. I loved it. It's just what I did. It just felt natural. It's like taking care of your kids. It's just what you do. And I truly enjoyed advocating for the university. I came here as a young man from Boston in 1982, and I had attended a large university back there with tens of thousands of students. And I went there for a couple of years, and something didn't feel quite right. And I decided to come up to Alaska. My brother was living here, and I decided to come up and visit Fairbanks. And shortly thereafter, I started taking classes here at UAF. And right away, I felt the difference. I felt a connection, and it was said by the provost as far as class size and intimacy. I felt a connection to the professors, and they knew who I was too. Not always in a good way, but they knew who I was. It wasn't a class with 300 people and a TA teaching it. I knew the professors, and some of them made a strong impact on me. So I really felt connected to the campus and to the university, and I stayed. And it was affordable, which was very nice. Also, the relationship between the university and the community was very important, and I noticed that right away, and that drew me to the community. The university is a very central part of this community, and in my advocacy, I never forgot about that. As being a member of this community for 40 years, I knew the importance of the university, and I recognized that shortly after I got here, so it connected me to the university. Similarly, an analogy for that would be this room that we're in right now, the Great Hall. I feel like the Great Hall connects a lot of things at the university. When I first started going to school here, I would drive my 66 Rambler and park on the Farmers Loop parking lot way down there. And we'd walk up the stairs, I'd walk up the stairs, and there was a door that came into a tunnel. And that tunnel connected down below the theater there. And that's how I came to class every day, through this dark tunnel. And then you come up the stairs and you're in the Great Hall. And it was kind of like a great awakening, and like a ball player going out onto the field through the locker room, coming into this Great Hall. And in this Great Hall, it connects to a lot of other things that were important to me and connected me to the university. The Davis Concert Hall right there. I played in the Fairbanks Symphony under the direction of Gordon Wright many years ago. Also played right in this room at the Fairbanks Summer Arts Festival with musical icons that came through here, such as Cab Calloway. He came and played right here and mingled where we are mingling here tonight. Also in the Lee Salisbury Theater, I had the honor of performing in a play there under the direction of Lee Salisbury. Again, really important building moments for my life. And just so you know, my wife, who's sitting right here, Kate, formerly Kate Salisbury, and Lee Salisbury, small world, no connection at all. Everyone thought Lee was her grandfather. We got a lot of perks out of that, but he was not.
Good job.
Also connected to the Great Hall downstairs is KUAC. Everyone in Fairbanks, I think, knows KUAC, public radio, public television. And I volunteered there for a long time and had the opportunity to rub shoulders back in the heyday of KUAC with journalistic legends such as Susan McGinnis, Libby Casey, and Teresa Bacher, who's standing right over there.
Yay.
Really contributed to this community. Yes, Teresa. And I was very proud to be down there rubbing shoulders with people like that. I just want to say, during my advocacy for the university, which I imagine you all support, or you wouldn't be here. But I got pushback. I definitely got pushback at times from people in my own caucus, my political caucus, from people in my political party, and from the university. Not that they didn't want increased funds or anything like that, but at the time, there was pressure not to blow up the budget. And it was a big compact worked out between the Board of Regents and the governor, and it was a 3-year cut. It was a terrible deal. But I think they sort of had to go into it. It was either lose a leg or lose a toe, and they decided to lose a toe. And so or several toes. But they took this deal, and it was in the 3rd year of it, I believe, and I was chairing the university subcommittee. And I said to the powers that be at the university, I said, I want to increase the budget, I want to get rid of this cut, I want to do these things. And they said, well, we're a little concerned if you do that, it will disrupt the deal, you don't want to poke the bear. And I said, I understand that, and the Board of Regents does what they do, and the president does what they do. But I said, I have to do what I do. And so I said, it'll be on me, don't worry. And I did it. And I presented it to the committee, 11-member committee. But the co-chairs of finance, who were also on this budget subcommittee, they didn't want to add to the budget, so they voted against it. One of them was in my party, both were in my caucus, and they voted against it. So in order for this amendment to pass, I had to get the support of 2 people that were Republicans on the committee. I was a Democrat, and I had to get their support to win 6-5 this vote. And those 2 representatives were from Fairbanks, Steve Thompson and Bart Lamar, who both supported the increase. And without them, it wouldn't have happened. So it just shows that the really important things sometimes go beyond party, go beyond the polarization that we're dealing with all the time, but working together, working with people, and trying to come up with the best solution, which is what we did. The other issue, if you really want to hear it, I guess you will because I'm going to tell you. I've had various bills, and usually, there's supporters and non-supporters. And I had a bill to put a faculty member on the Board of Regents, and a lot of people supported it, and some people didn't, and I respect that. And that was where the university administration didn't fully support that one. But I guess the upside now is that if there's a faculty member on the Board of Regents, at least that person will have had a college degree, which is always helpful on the Board of Regents. Anyhow, back to the Great Hall, this great room. I spent a lot of time here. Back then, it was a little darker, so when we were studying in the library, we needed a little rest. I'm not kidding. People would crash out over here just to catch it. I don't know if they still do that. I'm guessing maybe not, but that happened. Also, in this very room, I happened upon a lecture early in my years here. A guy by the name of Stephen Jay Gould, who was a very famous evolutionary biologist. He was from Harvard, and he was giving a lecture, really good lecture on what he would have done at the Scopes trial, what's called the Scopes monkey trial from 1925. And if you don't remember what it is, I'll remind you. But it was a trial in the state of Tennessee where a teacher was charged because he taught about evolution in a school that was funded with state monies. And so they prosecuted him and said, this is illegal in Tennessee. We don't talk about evolution. And there was a trial. The outcome of the trial, it got reversed. He lost the trial, but then it got reversed on a technicality. But Stephen Jay Gould, who was world famous professor and great thinker, gave a lecture right in this room. It was packed wall to wall. You couldn't even walk in here, much like it is right now. And it really inspired me. And to hear great thinkers like that come through Fairbanks, and I could be there and talk to them afterwards, I thought it was such a great opportunity. And again, I'm not here to debate creationism versus Darwinism. I'll leave that to the Board of Regents. But I will, I'm not picking on the Board of Regents. They're really there. They do great work, and if there's any regents here, I support it. To look at evolution and growth, and to be here tonight, as you see on my picture, class of '88, the reunion, and I first looked at it, '88, oh, this is perfect. This is my 25th reunion. I was like, wait, no, it's 35th. And it's been a while, 35 years. And my first class I took here was 40 years ago. And a lot has changed at this university in 40 years. A lot of growth and evolution. For one, there's a climbing wall. That wasn't here when I was here. The smoking lounge in the Wood Center, that's long gone. Probably for good reason. There's been a lot of change. It's now called Profietta Campus. That's a great evolutionary step. There's no more beluga. Remember the beluga? But there's a lot of improvement in the athletic center, the museum, the science building, the engineering building, the Wood Center. There's a thing called ICE over there, which I thought we had a lot of ICE already, but we're building on that. But I just want to say, with growth and evolution comes greatness. And I think this university is on the right path, has been on the right path, and will continue to be on the right path. And I'm so happy, I'm so proud to be part of its legacy, part of its history. And I guess I'd say in front of us right now in this room are sort of the three phases. I don't mean solid, liquid, and gas, but I mean the three phases of past, people like myself, present, and the future of this university are all in this room. And I feel very confident, and I feel very optimistic about the future. So thank you for this award. Thank you to the Alumni Association and all involved, and thank you to all who helped make this university such a great place and will continue to do so. Thank you very much.